Hey there, welcome back to Tennille Talks. Y'all, this is our first time seeing each other. I tried to do the face-to-face thing towards the end of 2024, and I recognized for different reasons it just wasn't appropriate for me. But I understand my assignment moving into this new year. Now, when I say the new year, we often think of January 1st, but naturally, based on nature's cycles, like no new anything begins in winter. The true new year is going to begin in March, spring, where things come alive, things blossom, things bloom. And so our true new year is going to be the spring equinox around March 21st or so. Now, March is my favorite month for many reasons, and this message is going to talk about the madness of March that we need to be looking forward to. Now, in March, I turned 40, so you're gonna see my ass, but also both of my children are born in March. So March is already mad for beautiful reasons because this is where we all entered the world, at least me and my boys, right? Now, March Madness. When I say March Madness, does anybody get excited? Does anybody feel anything? Y'all, I'm a sports fanatic. I played sports in college, and then I coached college sports when I graduated, and I coached JV men's soccer at high school. So sports are kind of like in me, right? March Madness, these are my notes for the reading, y'all. March Madness is the annual NCAA college basketball tournament. Now, if you're not familiar with March Madness, I want you to know I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. And I want you to know we will be doing a bracket together on this channel. And I don't know what the award will be, but we're doing a bracket together. Whether you know which team, you don't need to know anything about the team, but we're doing this together, okay? So let me tell you about how this tournament works. There are 68 collegiate teams for the sport of basketball that get to participate in the March Madness annual NCAA college tournament. 68 teams. 36 of those teams are going to earn what you would call an at-large bid. That means it would be mad if those teams weren't in it. Like March Madness just wouldn't be the same if these teams, when I think of March Madness, like you always know these teams are going to make it in the Sweet 16. Like, you know, these are the teams that are going to be there every year. These are the teams I think of: Baylor, I think of Chapel Hill, I think of Stanford, I think of UConn, I think of Gonzaga, Tennessee, Syracuse, Duke, you know, you typically always see them, right? But then there are the 32 teams. Now, 32 teams are going to earn their spot by what you call, I can't really even see all the sun's in my face, guys. So 32 teams earn their spot by what is called an automatic bid. Now, 36 teams automatically go in, but the other 32, they got to play their way into the tournament. Now, the way you play your way into the tournament is not necessarily by having a really strong regular season, okay? So let's say you have a crappy regular season. It doesn't mean that you can't participate in March Madness. No, it means that you need to win your conference championship. So you have a horrible regular season, but you play in the conference and you win your conference championship. That's an automatic bid. You automatically have gotten a seat into March Madness. Y'all, there are a total of 68 teams. So let me tell you what I recognized. This week, this new moon, this first new moon of the year, this is the new moon in Aquarius. I want you to imagine that our regular season of play would have been 2024. Okay, 2024 was our regular season. Now, March Madness is we'll just say 2 months away, right? And so some of us are guaranteed to be one of those 36 teams that the spirit world is going to give an at-large bid to. Meaning, if you know you did the work in 2024, if you would consider yourself to be an at-large bid, like you're not even worried about what spring is going to bring because you know what you just did during the regular season. Now, some of us may have had a rough regular season. 2024 was not easy for anybody. But I want you to know that in order to participate in the March Madness, meaning in order to experience the energies that are coming, right? In order to experience the glory of what's to come. I'm so excited, y'all. In order to experience what's to come, I want you to know that you still have a championship, a conference championship. This week is essentially our opportunity to prepare for the conference championship. So the way we play from today, the new moon is Wednesday, in 2 days at the time that I'm recording this. The way we play today is going to determine whether or not we can get an automatic bid into the madness that March is bringing us, okay? And so what I'm saying is, if you look at your 2024 and you're not pleased, it's not over. But it matters how you walk into this new year meaning the new moon in Aquarius. This is the first new moon of 2025, the first new moon. But the true spring, the true start of the year is 2 months away. And so if you're not pleased with 2024, this is your time to prepare for the tournament. This is your time to get your bid. Now, I'm just going to give you my statistics because my 2024 wasn't really strong. And this is how I know. I started this channel April 14th of 2024. Now, let's imagine that the Most High required me to post a video every day. Every day that I post a video, that is me playing. Now, all I have to do is play. The likes, the views, the subscribes, the money earned, none of that is how the Most High rewards me. I only have to show up. I only have to play. Y'all, I started the channel 288 days ago. I posted 161 videos. That means 177 days I did not post. Now let's turn this into a basketball game. That means in 288 days, I had an opportunity to play 288 times. I could have posted 288 videos, but I only posted 161. That means I've only won 161 games. I could have won 288, but I only won 161. That means I have taken 177 losses in 2024 because I didn't show up, I didn't play, I didn't post. So do you know that if I were a basketball team, I would have an average of 500. I'm 55%. So if the Most High was to give me a grade based on the game that I've been seeded to play in, Tennille Talks, I would fail. I got 55%. 55% of the time I showed up to play. Does that mean that I can't enjoy March Madness? Does that mean I don't get my bid into the tournament in just a couple months? No, because I got time. I got time. So first, let me just tell you, what I'm about to do in my life is exactly what you're doing in your life. So if you don't like how you just performed in your regular season, I'm telling you this moment matters, okay? Now, in terms of the real NCAA tournament, I wanted to go back at history and I wanted to see how many teams made it into the tournament, even if they had a really crappy regular season. And so I found out that in 1995, Florida International won only 11 out of their 18 games in their regular season. Their win average was 37%. That means out of 100 games, they only won 37, right? In 1996, UCF made it into the tourney, but their regular season, they only won 11 out of 18 games, which again is an average of 37%. 1997, Fairfield, horrible, 37% was their average for the regular season, only winning 11 out of 18 games, but they made it into March Madness. Now in 1985, Lehigh won 12 out of 18 games with a win average of 40%. That means out of 10 games, they were guaranteed to win 4, but they made it into the tourney. Lastly, in 1999, Florida A&M, they won 12 out of the 18 games in their season. Their win average was 40%, but they made it into the tourney. So what I'm saying is if I were to look at myself right now, I could be pretty mad. I could be pretty sad that I had a chance to win 288 games and I decided to only show up for 161 of them, right? So I took 177 L's. I'm not pleased with that because I understand my assignment, right? So what I'm saying is right now, I want the Most High to give me a bid. I want the spirit world to understand, don't judge me by don't judge me by my losses, right? I'm going to take those wins and I'm going to convert them. I'm going to bring that energy into this year. And so what I'm telling you is that literally Wednesday, the first moon of 2025, it is a new moon in Aquarius. This is how you gain your eligibility for post-season play, meaning the regular season is over. We can't go back and play again. I'm not going to be able to get a new 288 days of 2024 to post videos. No, I did what I did. I only did 161. That means 177 L's is what I need to accept. I'm going to take those L's. Why? Because I understand that that I still have an opportunity to get in. I'm still getting prepared for the new year, right? And so the way I can gain my eligibility, the way I can gain my bid is how I show up in this first new moon of 2025. And so here's the thing. The new moon Aquarius is bringing in certain energies. If you can pick up on these energies, this is how you need to play. At the beginning of 2025, right now, this is how you need to play right now based on what is coming into Earth for us. So cosmically, Spirit is looking for us to respond in a certain way. The way you respond to life from this moment forward is going to get you the automatic bid into March Madness. So how do you show up? How do you play? Energetically, I'm going to give you 6 things that you need to do today and forever. Do it forever. Why not? Right? Because yes, it's going to get you your automatic bid into the tourney, but it's also going to change your life and it's just going to be amazing. So never stop doing this. Right now, this is how we are going to get an automatic bid into March Madness. We are going to envision a new reality, meaning I could totally be mad that I had 177 L's last year, or I could look at my 161 wins and I could double it. I could triple it, right? Y'all, I only posted 161 videos. Yo, there are some priestesses and some spiritual warriors that show up 3 times a day. They play 3 times a day. 177 days, I didn't even play. Some people showed up 365 days and some of them played 3 or 4 games a day. Yo, that's how I'm like, I want to play like y'all. I want to play like that next year. So this is what I'm envisioning, right? I already know how I want to play because I see them. Y'all, YouTube low-key raised me spiritually. I don't do books. Yes, I have books, but I like to kind of, the app Headway? I like to just pull out the pieces of them, but I really don't read a book from cover to cover. And so a lot of my learning has come from YouTube. In order for me to get in front of you and to read this way, I had to see many other people get in front and read like this, right? And so I didn't get here alone. I got here because I saw somebody do something that I knew I was called to do. And now that I've seen it, now I could become what it is. But guess what? I don't want to play my 2025 like I did my 2024. And so I have to envision, what does that look like for me? If I only showed up and if I only won 161 games last year, maybe I'm gonna set a goal for 200. 2025, I'm gonna show up for 200 days, right? Or I'm gonna show up 161 days, but I'm gonna play 2 games this time. I'm not just gonna post 1 video a day, I'm gonna post 2. Fine, this is all my vision. Next, I need to break free from old patterns. There's no way I can prepare for March Madness if I still have the energy of all of my losses from 2024 on me. So any pattern that I could find in 2024, that needs to go. That needs to be released. Now, let me just say this really important. So here's the thing. I'm face to face, right? I have 2 children, Eli and Easton. There were 2 people that entered my life. I'm not saying anything is wrong with these people, but I just need to make an example about breaking free from old patterns. There were 2 new people that entered my life, and although they were new, I could tell that their energy was a reflection of me at an earlier time. So one of the people says to me that I probably shouldn't speak my children's names. Now, immediately that sounds like fear. First of all, God put me here and God put them here. And so what do I have to hide? Yes, people may want to do wicked things, but why would I put those people and their ill intentions at the forefront of my mind to the fact that I don't want to even say my children's? Listen, if you decide to hear my child's name and do something wicked, you'll deal with that. You'll deal with that wickedness. That has nothing to do with me. And because I know it has nothing to do with me, I have 2 children named Eli and Easton, right? And so I'm not saying that somebody meant something wrong, but at one point I lived in fear. Like, I can't show my kids, I can't talk about them. Like, I got to keep everything hidden because people are crazy, y'all. People are crazy whether you know their name or not. Okay, but I can't live in that. So that would have been an old pattern that I had to break free from. Now, it was a new person, but the new person was speaking old patterns to me. So that told me I can't bring that person into 2025. Here's another one. Y'all remember when I went live? You remembered when I went face to face. A new person says to me, well, if I were you, I would take down those videos, or I probably wouldn't have gone live. It seems like your channel suffered when you decided to do that, right? Now, Everything inside of me, my whole spirit team is like, baby, you go get your space, go get it, go get yours. How come everybody else can have a YouTube channel where they can be seen and they can be heard, but I have to hide, right? That would have been an old pattern that I had. And so although a new person came in my life, they were carrying and speaking old stuff into me that didn't reflect me. And so although they were new, they were speaking, feeling, and sounding old. It was only up to me to understand that they were old, right? And so sometimes breaking free from old patterns is breaking free from people who are still speaking and believing those old patterns that you have moved on from, right? Because I'm not hiding, I'm not afraid, I'm not like people are wicked, they're gonna be wicked, but I'm not. So like, why can't I just have my space? Why can't I have my channel? Why can't I show, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to fear, okay? Next, you have to release your attachment to the past. No, I had already released my attachment about being afraid for my children or not showing my face for fear of what people will do. I released that, which is how I knew that those two people couldn't go forward, because they were already feeling and sounding like something that I had moved beyond. So that's 3 things that you have to do. You have to see the new reality. You have to break free from the old patterns, and you have to release your attachment to the past, right? I'm okay with my 161 wins in 2024. I'm also okay with my 177 losses in 2024. No problem. I'm at peace, right? Now I welcome the new possibility. Now I welcome the possibility that I might be able to post 2 or 3 times a day. I might be able to pull up at any point and put my face on the camera and not be afraid. Maybe one day my kids will be next to me. I don't know. But all I know is it's only new. There's no fear. There's no old. Like, that is not the energy that I need to prepare for the madness in March. Like, nobody can get ready to win the tourney with that attitude, right? Like, can you imagine the basketball team that gets on the court and they're just whining about all the losses, all the games that went wrong, all the refs that sucked? Like, who shows up for a tournament? See, here's the thing, y'all. I am an athlete. Like, in my core, I am an athlete, okay? And I played outdoor sports, right? I ran track. In college, I played soccer and lacrosse. But what's important is about soccer and lacrosse is that I was in nature. It was the elements. A lot of my people often told me that I played sports that Caucasians would play, right? I play white people sports. That's pretty much what they said to me. Now, they're ignorant, because we know lacrosse comes from the indigenous Americans, and we also know soccer is like the sport of choice for the entire diaspora all over the world, right? So that is a very American thing to do, because they maybe have never left America, or they just, Anyway, what I'm saying is I play sports outside. So that means I've played in the snow, I've played in the rain, I've played when it's hot, I've played when it's cold. So I know how to get after it in all elements, okay? I'm telling you this because a lot of the people that come up against you don't even want to leave their house if it's cold. They have prioritized their comfort. And so the way I show up to play, I've already mastered that. I'm comfortable when I'm cold. I'm comfortable when I'm hot. I'm comfortable when I'm wet. I'm comfortable when I'm freezing. Like, I know how to play. Nothing stops me from playing. And I'm not so attached to my comfort that I'm afraid to get out, to get it, and to get after it. Okay? So, when you welcome the new possibility, you must understand that it is possible for you to do this thing, whatever it is, in all elements. On rainy days, hot days, sad days. You can do it on any day, okay? Next, you have to move toward the unknown and the unfamiliar. Now, I don't know what it's like to post 2 or 3 videos a day. I don't know what it's like to have a channel where I show my face, but that's the unfamiliar, that's the unknown, and that's what I'm moving towards, okay? Lastly, create a reality aligned with your truth. So if my spirit team is leading my life in one way, but I hear people speaking to me nonsense, and it's energetic nonsense because I've moved past it, I've broken free, it just doesn't fit me, right? So I need to be comfortable with my truth, not someone else's. I can't please anybody else. I'm never going to get it right for y'all, but I'm always going to get it right for me, because I'm committed to that for me, right? And so whatever this reality is that I'm creating, it is a reality that is only based on my truth. Now, however you respond to me and my truth is your reality. That has nothing to do with me. Y'all, so those are the 6 ways that you have to show up in this new moon in order to prepare for March Madness, which is our real new year. I don't care if you are a 500 team. I don't care how crazy or shitty your 2024 season was. What I'm saying is this is our time to get the automatic bid. It is the new moon. I am 2 days away from it when I'm posting this message. And so these new moon and Aquarius energies are telling us to envision the reality, break free from the old, release our attachment, right? Welcome the new possibilities, move towards the unknown and the unfamiliar, and then to create a reality that is aligned with our truth. That is all we got to do. And if we can do that, this is how we are going to gain our eligibility for postseason play. Meaning, the Most High don't care about 2024, but when your spirit team comes back and when y'all meet and y'all meditate or y'all do whatever y'all do spiritually to tap in, right? When you get your messages and your downloads, when they look at you, they need to know that you are ready for the March. Like you gotta look like you're ready to play. You gotta look like you're ready to play. You have to feel, think, breathe. Everything about you needs to be ready to play. Now, I don't care what happens if it's snowing in March where you are. What happens if it's hot? I don't care about the element. I don't care about the weather. I don't care about anything that is happening in the outside world. You need to show up to play. Be ready for the madness of March. Y'all, we're doing a bracket. Now, I want to spin off for a second. Now, y'all know how there's also a draft, right? There's an NBA draft. This is actually the greatest draft of all time. I want you to imagine the Most High. This is draft season because a lot of us weren't supposed to make it this far. So when you show up for the tournament, when you get your automatic bid, there are going to be a lot of your adversaries, people who played against you energetically, who won't be able to understand how you got a seat. They won't know how come you're one of the 68 teams. We did everything possible to make sure that you didn't make it here. Y'all, this is why this is the draft. Any of you where people bet against you, they didn't think you would make it. They saw your regular season, they're like, they're trash. Like, we ain't betting on them. They'll never make it to the bracket. Like those people, when they see you step on the court in March, they're going to want to switch teams. And so this is what I mean about this is the greatest draft of all time. Because all of us that have made it, all of us that are preparing to play in 2025, all of us that are getting ready for this next tournament, especially the ones that had death spells and hits and all that, they attacked your finances, your health, your relationship, your cars, your job. They probably touched every part of your life, thinking that you wouldn't get this bid. And I've told you, you only need 6 things to get the bid. You only need 6 things to get the automatic bid. So please welcome this new moon on January 29th. I think it's at 7:35 a.m. Welcome in this new moon with the 6 things I have mentioned in order to gain your eligibility in postseason play. Y'all, the season's over, but we still got postseason. You understand? So we're getting ready for postseason. I know I'm one of the 68 teams. I don't know if I'm a at-large bid. I'm not Duke or Chapel Hill or UConn, right? I might have to be one of them small teams that kind of just squeezed in there, but I'm okay. I've already made peace with that. I'm at peace. Y'all, so the bracket is forming. This is when the bracket is forming. Do you know some of those 68 teams already know that they are going to be playing in the March Madness tournament? Some of them already know. Y'all, some of y'all already know you're going. Some of y'all like, Tennille, I already got my uniform. I'm ready. Cool. Some of us aren't quite sure. Some of us had kind of weak 2024, and so we're kind of still working on it, and that's okay. I'm telling you, it's not over. You can get your bid. You can win your... Listen. All you got to do is win the conference tournament. All you got to do is win the conference tournament. There are 6 ways you win this conference tournament. You just have to play. Do you understand that all I had to do was post a video? I didn't have to get a certain amount of likes. I didn't have to get a certain amount of responses. The Most High does not reward me based on how you respond to me. Thank God. Although y'all give me a lot of love. So much love. Right? But y'all, that's a bonus. You understand what I'm saying? My true reward, all I have to do is play. But if I don't post, if I don't record, I'm not even playing. How can I win if I don't play? Right? You just got to play. You just got to show up. And so whatever you're playing, whatever your tournament is, whatever you know you're supposed to be doing, just do it. And don't think that the response determines its effectiveness. Don't think that the way people receive you or don't receive you is an indication of how you're playing. No, it doesn't work like that in the spirit world. The way the world determines whether or not you're playing well is not what spirit uses. It is the energy in you, the energy that I would have needed to show up every day, right, in order to win those. Listen, 288 games is what I was given. There was a certain energy that I didn't have access to for 288 days, which is why I can only post 161 days. I'm not making an excuse, but I'm just trying to make sense of how we can make peace with what was and understand that we can still prepare for what's to come. Okay, y'all? So March Madness is coming. I want you to know that me and my sons are the greatest three-man game to ever live. Yes, my firstborn has the vision. He's like my point guard. He's my Allen Iverson, my Tyronn Lue. My second son is my muscle. He's my force. He's my center. He's my Shaq, right? He's my, right? And mama, I'm versatile. I'm the 2, the 3, and the 4. But they're my 1 and my 2. We are the greatest three-man game ever. And March is gonna be mad. I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.